What's up, everybody, and welcome to my TNA IMPACT Wrestling review as we are ready for Bound for Glory this Sunday. And, I want to address a lot of things also regarding to Bound for Glory. And, it's kind of a shame that one certain situation has pretty much overshadowed this pay-per-view on if it's going to happen or not. And the things I just hear about it is just insane, really. But we're going to stick on Bound for Glory first and the card and the topic that's going to be said on this. Because we kicked off the show, it's time for Lethal Lockdown tonight. JB was out there to talk to both EC3 and Bobby Lashley on who would pick their team members. Lashley's first pick was Galloway, EC3 was Aaron Rex. Lashley chose Mike Bennett next, EC3 got Moose. But then I thought it was questionable when Bobby Lashley picked Maria, who doesn't really wrestle at all, and EC3 picked Gail Kim. And tonight, Lashley said EC3's boys are going to be slaughtered tonight when he wins and gets his stipulation. EC3 won't even have a chance to beat him. But EC3 said, "You do not intimidate me, you do not bully me. I know you're probably the most dominant TNA World Champion that anyone has ever seen." And he said he's going to beat him this Sunday. He's going to get his ass kicked. And EC3 said he was the dragon that he said Lashley was a dragon that pretty much touches and turns everything to smoke and fire. But EC3 is going to slay this dragon because he's Ethan freaking Carter III. And EC3 pretty much went on to say he's going to beat him, but Lashley pretty much told him to hold on in. He's fought many guys that have gotten to this point. But he says, "I'm different from those other guys because I'm really going to hurt you. I'm probably going to end your career," he says. "And when I face you, I've beaten them all. Kurt Angle, DJZ, James Storm, Drew Galloway, the list goes on. EC3, the list goes on. Bobby Lashley is beating all of them. But EC3 says, why don't you come out first tonight? Because I'm going to be the first one out there tonight." And pretty much Lashley says, "Be careful what you wish for," which was a very great segment. And, Lashley, I gotta say, this guy is just fucking awesome, really. I've never thought he would really be this great as champion, as a heel champion, really. And it's like they say, he shows no fear. He's just a bull. He doesn't back down. He's not a cowardly heel. He's just a dominant champion, clever on the mic. It's like you can't stop him. Somebody tried to say he was like the Pentagon Jr. of TNA. Someone said it was Sierra Medio and everything, but he's just very dominant in what he does. Next match was Zema Ion versus Eddie Edwards for the X Division champion, which was actually a really great match. Even though I thought it was odd they did it before Bound for Glory and not put the title on the line there, which the X Division continues just to be kind of all over the place in many ways, which they really need to fix that. But they did have a good match. Zema hit him with the ZDT, but then right after Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee attacked. I just don't know why he didn't do this match for Sunday. It would have been better and would have had more time, but it was a good match. I'll give it that. Next thing, we went into the back. Maria was blaming Allie for everything backstage because she was going to have to help Laurel Van Ness tonight in her match and introduced her. But Allie just pretty much had to do everything she said and just pouted most of the time. Josh Matthews did a sit-down interview with Mike Bennett and Moose. As pretty much as both sat down. Bennett says, I paid Moose a lot of money to do one job, but he couldn't even do that. As Moose said, he brought the TNA by Bennett, but now he's going to face Bennett. And, I played a lot of levels of football from high school all the way to the NFL. And he said, there's one of these, egotistical bastards right here. And they run their mouth all day. The tub, we tied him to the goalpost just to teach them a lesson. And Mike Bennett said, this isn't football, okay? And you're just jealous and everything, because he's going to stop people from doing that stupid Moose chant, and he's going to beat Moose this Sunday. And he said he's going to beat the toughest man in pro wrestling. But Moose said he's going to kick his ass all over the ring this Sunday at Bound for Glory. Which there's a good sit-down interview. Laurel Van Ness went against Madison Rayne, which is very green in the ring, but some people she is Chelsea Green, but she beat Madison Rayne even though it was just to do whatever she could to be heel, and they kept I'm not sure about her background that much, but they said this woman was trained by Lance Storm, but she's still not that great, really. And this was just to, you know, put Allie, give her, you know, have to put up with her attitude as, you know, she pretty much bullied Allie around, made her chant her name and give her orders throughout the whole thing. Even though the Allie, I don't know what's happening with this Sunday, is Allie going to take out Maria or whatever, since people pretty much love Allie now all over the place. Drew Galloway was out in the ring saying he's going to be the next TNA Grand Championship. And he said he's done everything in this company. And he called Aaron Rex out. But he looked at him and pretty much he says, you know, he looks to the future and not the past, he says. And Drew said he came here that, you know, the cracks in the foundation, negative, everything, what people felt about him in Impact Wrestling. So he said that TNA needed a hero, a savior, something, and that is him. He said he changed his in-ring style and traveled the entire world, telling how good people he has evolved, good Impact has evolved now, putting everything on the map. And pretty much he talked about all the fans. He said fans saying you're welcome, but Drew pretty much mocked Galloway. He mocked Rex or whatever, or holding the mic in a certain way. But he pretty much talked about Drew Galloway then. Talked about, you know, we're changing what's best around here as people actually chanted yes. And, you know, you just Gallowayed up. Which I don't think the crowd wasn't a fan of that. But he's wanting to show them why Drew Galloway's a steaming pile of greasy hairpiece crap this Sunday. Because a verb is a verb and a noun is two different things. A noun is the person, place, or thing, he went on to say. As Drew Galloway person, you've proven nothing. I have won titles all over the world. I was the TNA champion, the best ranking champion in the world. He has gone to the underground companies where the big guys don't usually work with, but he wanted to show that he's that damn good. And he asked if Aaron Rex was going to address him. He said, you should be addressing me as sir, really, while I'm in this ring. But he pretty much, Rex looked at him like an idiot, so there's not going to be judges or anything. He pretty much judges anything this time. He's going to beat him. And why he's a greasy hair steaming piece of crap. And he says, oh, you're funny. You should be one of a stunt guy, pretty much. Because he says, Sunday, because you do your little hallelujah thing, nobody's going to remember who the guy is from, the son of God, or whatever he went on to say about that. But Galloway pretty much cut a really good promo out there. So it's going to be a promo out there. And then they were going to fight over the title. Security came out, and Galloway hit a pile driver on Rex in the ring then, which was people more on Drew Galloway's side than Aaron Rex's side, because Galloway most of it was great in Mike, and he's really great as a heel now. It looks like it's going to, and people will reacting with him. Rex, they tried to, but it's not working that much. The Decay had another cinematic talking about who they have taken out, talking about the Great War is going to be big, because they talked about losing her cat, Rosemary's cat, the Johnny dude, her brother. And you see how Bram learned, and Senor Benjamin learned. I don't know whatever happened to Bram, by the way, anyways, whatever Decay did with him. And whatever they did with him, but I don't know what happened to him. But they said they were going to take out Reby tonight, as Rosemary went against Reby Sky, which she hasn't been in the ring in over 2 years. Some people think she doesn't wrestle. I guess she doesn't wrestle anymore, because I guess ever since she's had that baby, they say she's limited to the ring, really, so she doesn't really wrestle that much. But they did have a match that ended in DQ, which they did okay, and then they fought to the back, but Rosemary had a table and put Reby through it and chanted Decay, Decay. And next when we went to back, which we got the cinematics again, we pretty much with Crazy Steve throwing chairs at Jeff Hardy in the back, in the back, throwing his shoulder all over the place as Matt was kicking Abyss in the balls in some area of the arena, pretty much beating him, chanting delete, delete. And he asked Abyss if he could hear the symphony in his head as this music played then, as Steve pretty much took out Jeff with a chair and stuck his head in the chair and tossed him around with it. But as Matt was ready to take out Abyss again, Matt Hardy pretty much got shocked by Abyss with some electrical cord as he fell to the ground, which Matt Hardy on Twitter says he has this newfound electrical power now. So I don't know where that's going to go. So it was insanity how they went with that there. And then when it ended, it was pretty much Crazy Steve, Abyss, and Rosemary chanting decay, decay, decay as Rosemary spat blood from her mouth, which I don't know what she did to Reby out there in that ring then, but we'll find out this Sunday. Which it was just an insane thing, but it was great as usual. Cody Rhodes promo. They show. I'm sorry we can't say Rhodes, but we have to say Cody at this point. There's another sit-down interview with Maria and Gail Kim, as Gail Kim called Maria a bully, a manipulator, and evil. Gail Kim, she says the title is important, but I'm gonna finally get my hands on you after these not 9 long months. As Maria said, this isn't a wrestling company, this is an entertainment company. I'm in the star-making business. And Maria says she's going to win and she's going to kick Gail Kim's ass. Because you may go in the Hall of Fame, but you're going to be the second best in the Hall of Fame. Tyrus is in the back, talking about Bound for Gold since, you know, he's actually in it, which they put something in there. They almost forgot he won that last year. And Eli Drake, make sure you buy that dummy button right now. It's fun to use. Dummy, yeah. As Eli Drake as Tyrus, I read your fix things. I see what you did for EC3 and Matt Hardy. So yeah, why don't you help me out? As Tyrus did, yeah, and he says, you know, it's gonna be an ass whooping on the house for him, pretty much. Which I guess both of them are in the Bound for Gold anyway, which I kind of got my money on Eli Drake anyways to win. So yeah, dummy to win. But after we did that, then they went back to showing more promo videos for EC3 and Bobby Lashley. As we kicked off the main event, EC3 kicked it off there first, as Mike Bennett was first in since Lashley didn't want to get in. Next out, there was Aaron. Who was next? Since we got the head toss. I think the next. Oh yes, Galloway was next in there. After that, Aaron Rex came in. Moose came after. And then it was Maria, but I don't know what the point picking Maria was. Could have picked Sienna or something, but Maria never got in the ring when Gail Kim came out. She pretty much chased Maria all the way back to the back, so it was a pretty wasted pick. But the match continued to be really good throughout, on and on, as it was insane with them hitting each other with weapons. But Bobby Lashley was able to take out EC3 at the end with a submission move. The Akessa got me. And since the ropes could not work and EC3 got to it, EC3 passed out. And pretty much Lashley says, this Sunday, I'm going to beat you. I dominate your team. And this Sunday, for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's going to be a no-holds-barred thing that's going on. So it will be a no-holds-barred match. And looking at the full card to Bound for Glory, let's pretty much look at it right now. We got the main event, EC3 versus Bobby Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm very looking forward to that. Another match I'm sure everyone's looking forward to is the Decay versus the Hardys for the tag team titles in the Great War. It's going to be one hell of a battlefield this Sunday after the Great War. It's going to be great. Aaron Rex, well, and we should address this also right now. Drew Galloway is hurt right now with a knee injury, so Drew Galloway will not be competing this Sunday against Aaron Rex for the title. Eddie Edwards will be competing against him. Maria versus Gail Kim for the Knockouts Championship. Moose versus Mike Bennett. And the Bound for Gold Gauntlet match, where pretty much people in there are Gradle, Eli Drake, Tyrus, Jesse Goddard, Robbie E. Baron, Dax, Braxton Sutter, Mahabla Shira, Rockstar Spud, Basil Baraka, and we don't know where Cody Rhodes will debut, but we'll be doing since he's going to be in the match also. But we'll find out Sunday. And you know, it's a shame that this has been going on for the past few days now about the current TNA situation. And you know, I just don't get it. Like I said, TNA, they've already said today they have found funds and everything, but it's not from WWE. I'm kind of glad to hear that. And everybody's just wondering who's getting it. I don't know, whatever they said, Dixie messed up the thing in the back of the cell. If she doesn't want to give it to WWE, I'm all for that. But just give it to Billy Corgan, I guess, already now. Billy Corgan can do this, and I really believe he can do that. But come on, let me ask you all this question like I asked in the video. Do you really want Vince McMahon to take TNA and everything? Like, come on, it's even bad for business sides, really. You know what's going to happen when he takes. He's just going to bury those guys. Having them probably won't even be back because they already worked in WWE or just released. and it is all they're gonna do is probably take the tape library and bury them like they did WCW and ECW. You don't hear a lot about WCW anymore either. And every time they bring the WCW guy back, look what's happened to a lot of these WCW guys that were, you know, in WWE. A lot of them were buried. They were buried for years. And I always go back to that Sting thing, to what they did to him and how they killed that guy's career in WrestleMania because they wouldn't let this WCW versus WWE thing go. And come on, like, I feel like it's a shame that people goes, I hope you get sold, I hope you lose, I hope your pay-per-view doesn't happen. Like, my God, like cut TNA some slack. I know TNA's done bad things throughout the years, but I never said I wanted them to go out of business. I want the pay-per-view to happen, and it will happen this Sunday. Alright, it is going to happen this Sunday. It's already been confirmed, and they have their own funds for the pay-per-view. I don't know where these dirt sheets keep coming from. I know a lot of people blame Meltzer for putting this up there because they say he has a strong hatred toward TNA. And I know Dixie Carter has went out to speak saying she doesn't really address these, speculations, but the pay-per-view will happen this Sunday, and there will be an Impact Wrestling next Thursday on TV, on Pop TV and tapings and stuff. So I don't know where the money they got from, but it's been confirmed really from sources saying that the money is not from WWE. I don't know who they're working with this sale. It's a shame that this has to overshadow the pay-per-view for this Sunday. The people should be more focused on the pay-per-view, on what's going to go down. Not on a sale and hoping Vince can take it. Like, I think it's just bad for business, really. It is bad. Like, let them have their own thing. Why you want to give it to WWE? Like, not you getting taken enough right now? And I know a lot of team wrestlers, they said they're going to be there. They're in Orlando. They will be there. There will be a show this Sunday. It is going to go down. Alright? It will go down this Sunday. It's a shame that this is overshadowed. Sorry, I had to check something right there. But it's a shame this has had to overshadow everything that is going, this pay-per-view and what's supposed to happen this Sunday. And I know Gail Kim is going to the Hall of Fame, and there's a lot of things that are going down this Sunday at the pay-per-view. But it's like, my God, cut the company some slack already. This is enough. It's like you're not even giving them a chance. It's like, oh, I want you to die. It's over. I want you to die. I want you to die. I want you to die. People have predicted their death for many, many years now, and they're still here. Deal with it. Alright? People are still fans. Let me ask you this question. I've already asked before. If you let Matt Hardy go to WWE, he will not have any creative control over there. Vince will ruin that thing. He will ruin it, especially if he's on Raw. They will ruin him. They will ruin his broken brilliance of what has happened. It's too good right now. TNA's been on a good game. They've been on a good streak. Their show's actually been better lately, and I'll give them that, especially with the broken Matt Hardy thing. Bobby Lashley's a dominant world champion. It's actually worth watching. That doesn't fear anything, it looks like. And he's unstoppable. So they've actually been putting on better shows and better writing. Yeah, it's had its problems here at the Exhibition, but they've been putting on overall good show. And it's a stacked card for this Sunday. But it's like I said, it's a shame that this whole sales situation has to overshadow the pay-per-view itself, what's going down on Sunday. So it's kind of fucked up when you think about stuff like that. But that's my opinion of it. But I will see you this Sunday. Live reaction, I don't know how that's going to work since it's kind of hard to get here and there with the pay-per-view. But it's going to happen. Just like I watch every pay-per-view from a undisclosed location. I'm not supposed to tell what device it's on, but there will be a show this Sunday. Alright, it's going to be a pay-per-view going down. So watch out, people. Alright, Bound for Glory is happening. And it's happening Sunday night, October 2nd. See you there and be ready for the Great War. Peace out.